Giving Theresa a few minutes to set up. Today, DDD is presenting on daily programming and support. Our presenter is Theresa Santan. She's from the Employment and Transition to 21 unit at DDD. This presentation will provide detailed information about all the services available through DDD, as well as guidance related to determine which services may be best suited for the individual seeking them. So Theresa, when you're ready, you can start your presentation.
I'm not allowed to share the screen, it's saying. Megan, would you be able to share the presentation?
Oh, I can change that 1 second here. I'm sorry. Go ahead and give it a try now, Theresa.
Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Perfect. I just have to start my video. One second, I'm trying to, all right. Something's in the way here. All right, it's not going to work that way either. 1 second, sorry about that. Okay, everyone sees the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, great. My name is Theresa Santan, and I am a coordinator for the Employment and Transition to 21 program here at DDD. Today, we're going to talk about DDD funded services, daily programming, and supports. So back in 2015, the division switched to a fee-for-service model. And what that means now is all of our participants found eligible for services must maintain and be eligible for Medicaid. What this switch has done for us is it allowed us to offer many more waiver services. For example, back in the day, people would just go to a day program after graduation and that would be it. But now we have all these services being a fee-for-service model. We get a federal match for every dollar we spend in state dollars. So as you can see, there is a wide variety of services that you can access through the division. We have assistive technology, behavioral supports, a lot to do with employment. We have career planning, employment, supported employment services. After some of these services, you'll see an SP only or a CCP only. SP stands for supports program and CCP stands for the community care program. Most people will come in on the supports program. The CCC program is basically for people with higher needs. And we also have a waiting list for the community care program. So when we talk about our new fee-for-service model, we talk about utilizing services. If you were to pick an existing program, for example, if you were to go to a day program after graduation, the existing programs do not always meet the individual's needs. It doesn't take into account what the individual aspires to do in life. And it can be, the positive is it can be more structured, more stable and reliable. Now, when we go into creating our own programming with the new fee-for-service model, you really get to focus on the individual's needs. It's very person-centered. We have more opportunity to match the individual's dreams, interests, and preferences. And one of the downfalls is it can be more work to manage. So one thing we recommend when coming into our service system is to identify hopes and dreams of the individual. And we like to use this recipes. And these are what we consider to be the 7 areas that people have in order to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. So we have responsibilities. We take a look at the responsibilities. What are the individual's responsibilities? Can they be responsible for more tasks? Education. Do they want to continue their education after graduation? You don't always have to go to college. We have classes. A lot of people take different classes, cooking, learning how to cook, some self-help classes. Community life. What does the individual like to do in the community? That's something, is important to living a fulfilling and meaningful life, having that ability to be out and about and intermingling in the community. We have individuals' health and well-being, place to live. Does the individual want to stay at home with parents? Do they aspire to move out on their own? Employment. New Jersey employment first state about 10 years ago. And what that means is employment is the first and preferred outcome of education services for everyone, including those with with disabilities. So we have a lot of employment services available. We help with career planning, supported employment. And then there's the social life. Who are the people that the individual finds important? Who do they socialize with? So when you identify these areas, it gives us a full picture of what an individual wants to do with their lives. So the activities that can tap into these areas are working. Working gives people a sense of accomplishment. Volunteering, a lot of our people love to volunteer with animals. Making community connections. Opportunities to learn. Like I said, there's so many classes out there available to assist. And what do you like to do for fun? So to accomplish these activities, there are several different ways that you go about doing it. There's provider managed. We have families who have self-directed employees. You can hire your own staff if you feel that someone can be very successful in helping your individual. You can accomplish this through your personal network independently. Some people like to do it independently. You can actually look into funding from other state agencies. For example, for employment, everyone goes through DVRS prior to coming to DDD. So there are a lot of agencies out there that could assist with helping accomplish these hopes and dreams. So when we talk about hopes and dreams, we want to know what supports are needed to obtain goals. So we know that people need help with connections, outreach, identifying activities, support while doing the activities. You can hire staffing for that. Like I said, you can hire an agency or you can hire someone yourself. Transportation. Transportation is something, that we struggle with throughout the state. And since the implementation of the fee for service, we now have individuals taking Uber and Lyft to work to school, to different activities. And other supports that may be needed are communication supports, which you can get through our fee-for-service system. So what services can provide the needed supports? That's what we're going to talk about next. So when we talk about employment-related services, we offer supported employment, long-term follow-along. If your individual is already working and they run into an issue with learning a new skill, we can always jump in and help with that. Career planning. You can sit with someone and they can help you decide what skills and what plan you need to obtain a certain position. And then there's pre-vocational training. And we have several agencies throughout the state that can help with that. Personal care for individuals. We have community-based supports and we have individual supports. This addition to our programming is absolutely wonderful. Individuals can go out in the community with one of their support staff. They can, do fun activities, learn different skills with their one-on-one. Instruction and teaching. You can utilize these 4 services for that. So we have community-based supports, individual supports, dehabilitation, and goods and services. Goods and services is a wonderful piece of this new system. Basically, what you can do is hire everyday people, everyday businesses to help you. You don't have to find a DDD approved provider. For example, for goods and services, people utilize Uber and Lyft. They get gym memberships, take cooking classes, take college classes. There's a lot you can do with these services. So we'll go next into community activities. There's community inclusion services and dehabilitation. Pre-vocational training can assist with community activities by doing outings, learning how to behave in certain areas, for example, being quiet in a library. Community-based supports, there's individual supports again, goods and services, and transportation. All of these can be covered and can assist in community activities. Next, we're going to go into adaptive support, assistive technology. Some of our individuals use devices to speak. Anything that has been going on in high school, we can certainly help in that area to continue to continue to provide those supports. Environmental modifications. We have people who need grab bars in their shower, maybe making, a certain part of the house accessible. There's different providers available through our program. We also have vehicle modifications. If you need a modification to your vehicle for a wheelchair, that's something you can access through the supports program. And then there's the personal emergency response system. In case, someone needs help, they fall, different situations, you can always sign up for a personal emergency response system. So for communication, as we talked about, there's assistive technology, and we also have interpreter services that can be used. We have several families who do not speak English in our state, and interpreter services can be provided. This is my favorite part of the new program right here, therapeutic. All these therapies can be accessed. And we have occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech, language, hearing therapy, cognitive therapy, and behavioral supports. So if your individual still requires physical therapy, occupational therapy, that is something you can access through the supports program or community care program. Next, we can talk about this is caregiver support. We have respite, natural supports training. So if there's something comes up and there's a change the way things go and you need some assistance on how to help your individual, natural supports training can come in and help you. We also have supports brokerage, and they can assist you, especially if you do self-directed employees. So when, being a caregiver, it can be very difficult. So these things I definitely recommend you utilize these services. And then we have managing programming. And again, sports broker can help you with that. Providers of services. There are providers throughout the state, and you can look that up on our website, nj.gov. And then support coordination. So since switching to the fee-for-service model, there's no longer DDD case managers. Right now, we have what's called support coordinators. Now, they are throughout the state. We have, I believe the last count, over 175 support coordination agencies. And they are basically your care manager, your case manager. So identifying and accessing providers. This is a great page. And just so you know, I did send a copy of this presentation, so you guys will all have access to this presentation. And there's the provider search database that lists everything. You can, if you're looking for a day program, you could type in day program and it'll give you all the providers for day program. Bog Center. The Bog Center puts out a lot of information on helping families through the process of transitioning to DDD. And you can go to the Bog Center and they have information on how to select a provider. They have information on how to select support coordination agencies. And remember the journey, your plan and your final destination. Sometimes it's not always a straight run. Sometimes it's trial and error. I think that happens with everyone throughout life. So it's okay if things don't go perfectly. We are here to help. And we have, like I said, so many services available that it can really support your individual in being successful. Another page of information here. DDD website. And if you would like to receive information from the division, you can go to ddd.communications@dhs.nj.gov. You email there, and in the subject line, put division update subscribe. And from that point on, you will be included in any important division information that goes out. The supports program manual, there's a link to that. And then there's a link to the community care program manual. We also have the supports program and community care policies and procedures quick guide. I also sent that over as well. That should be distributed to everyone. And there's a lot of information out there. And I'm happy to talk with anyone regarding your transition. Before we end this, I want to say resource days are coming up, and that's families who have individuals graduating in 2022 and 2023 can sign up, and we will give one-on-one support to anyone who has questions regarding the transition. I believe a sign-up sheet has already been sent out, so please take advantage of that. You'll meet with a DDD representative, and they will do their best to help you apply and get services. Anyone have questions?
Teresa, will they be able to email you directly with any questions that they may have?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I don't know if they could see if you just put in the chat box, but I will send out to all the participants Teresa's information so you could contact her directly, or if you have any questions you want to send me and I could pass them along to you and get you the information, we could do that as well. Like Teresa said, we will be having the resource day on March 1st for anyone who has a student who will be aging out this year or next year. But obviously we'll answer everybody's questions. And we will, I will send out an email with the webinar for anyone who logged in late so you could get all the information. Is there anything else that you had, Teresa?
No, that's it for today.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming in today and finding out more information about the daily programming and support that DDD offers. Like I said, any other questions that you have, you could just reach out to myself, Mrs. Scheffler at mscheffler@mtschools.org, and I will get you connected with Teresa. We'll answer all of your questions. Thank you, everyone, for coming today.
Thank you.